screen just yet. You got to build that suspense, guys.
Ooh, buddy.
Build it up.
After an 8-2 week, I can't wait to see these. I have not reviewed your picks. Director Matthew made the graphic. I did not.
You got excited. You're like, you know what? Don't show me. Yeah, 8-2 week last week gets us back in the plus category. We're a couple games over 500 now, and on the year. Well, you can start shaking, guys. You don't get shook that easily. I mean, the gambling game's not for everybody. You have your bad weekends. Basically, if you're betting the NFL, that's every weekend. And your name's Jeff. Some of you may be on fire lately with the NFL. I'm not that guy. It's I have found every way imaginable to lose wagers in the NFL so far. But college, we're coming around, getting to know the squads a little bit better, right? Starting to get a better feel for who's what. And that always makes you feel good. And I will remind you that this will be a busy weekend. So let's lay it bare here. Let's get it out there, all that's going on. If you're coming into town to support the boys, the undefeated Florida State Seminoles taking on Boston College at Doak Campbell Stadium, Bobby Bowden Field. Prime time, baby. We have the pregame show from Hotel Indigo. That is on Saturday. Doors open at 4. We're on at 5. We go till 7. Game starts at 8.
A lot of numbers.
On Friday, that's the day before Saturday. I'll see you at the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill at 5:30. If that's your cup of tea, swing on by. I went by the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill last night. Went by and said hello to everybody and had a cold beer. Got some wings to go.
And how was the cold beer?
Delicious.
And how were the wings to go?
Good. I still have some waiting on me when I get home.
Oh, wow. You had the restraint, or did you get like 50?
No, I got 20.
Okay.
20 wings.
Good job. We've been talking about that, the psychology of, well, I'm already 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. You just like, I'll finish it. I don't need to finish. Why would I finish 20 wings? No need. So I ended up, I actually ate 7. Ate 7 wings. I had 13 wings waiting on me at the house.
They call that a baker's dozen.
So anyhow, I saw the fine folks at CP there, and their wings are good, and I couldn't resist. So I got the wings to go, and I had a cold beer, and I said hello to our friend Ron. And we talked a little football. And
he was up there?
He was.
He's been not up there very often.
Oh, he was up there having fun.
Okay, all right.
So
it is Dart League night too, so it was.
Yeah, it was. People were doing things. It was
Wednesdays can get down with the CP.
It's tough. Halfway through the week, Tom, you're like, oh man. Anyway, I didn't stay long. I had finished the golf show and previewed the President's Cup and how excited I was after I saw the picks, the coupling. I wanted to know who was with whom, and we broke it down. Good times. Then I went home and I watched a bit of a movie, a documentary, Tom, on anthrax.
Really?
Yeah, there's a documentary out about the anthrax attacks from back in 2001. I don't know why, but I never really, by the time, it was like 6 years after the fact where they solved that thing, the doctor that was responsible for it. And then that guy killed himself because he knew he was going away for a long time. But I don't know why this is. I really never got to the bottom of that. I don't like things just out there in the wind. I want to know what happened. When something concludes, I want to know who was responsible. Did they get their ass? Is he in jail? Is he dead? Somehow that one completed the whole investigation, and I didn't know. So I saw that documentary. I went, oh, I'm going to find out. You remember that.
Oh, of course I do.
Send it to Tom Brokaw and everybody else.
Everybody was afraid to open their mail.
Yeah, it was weird. Seth, thank you so much. Waiting to go back for my Achilles surgery. Thanks for keeping my nerves away. Go Noles BPC. You're having that today? Seth, are you waiting on surgery right now and listening to us? And contributing as you go to have surgery? Buddy.
He must have a Cadillac plan.
My man is hanging out. Yeah, it was good to see you too. Eric was up there. He said, good to see you, Jeff. He was up there at the CP last night. I saw him. And like I said, Tom, I'm not a closet Irish fan. This is a Live Lucky hat. It's a golf hat. That's all. Although I see what you're saying. Now I see it. Right, I didn't even think about it. Yeah, no, I don't
Folks,
care.
I'd give him grief about liking a team from a dump of a town like South Bend.
That is correct. I really want to know if Seth is waiting to go back and have surgery. He is right now. Seth, good luck with your surgery, buddy. I hope you're all right. Thanks for listening to us right before you have surgery. I don't think I'd listen to me right before surgery.
The anesthesiologist is about to be one of our big fans here. So this is a great show, Seth. What is this?
It's interesting. Okay. You ready for this? Let's get to, without further ado, we are dropping the picks right now. We come in on a bit of a heater. So let's see if we can keep it going. Here we go. All right, Cuse. At home, Virginia's been the most disappointing team in the ACC to start the year, at least if you center it around what their expectations were coming into the season. They can't block. They've taken a huge step back. Syracuse, you could argue, is the surprise of the ACC, the most surprising team in the ACC. They've done a great job. Been a very physical team too, Tom. I like Syracuse. I'll lay the 9.5 against Virginia.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I agree about Virginia being disappointing.
Oh, they're awful. They're awful.
But the way that Syracuse was in that game with Purdue was a lot of smoke, a lot of mirrors, and a lot of yellow hankies that were awfully timely.
I'm going to tell you, I think Purdue would beat Virginia soundly. So
that's true.
There you go.
Yeah.
Michigan is going to boat race Maryland. Now, don't be fooling around, Michigan. You get this done. You beat that ass. You give those 17 points and skirt on by old sorry Maryland. Next up, we've got Mizzou and Auburn. I just took the under there. These two offenses, No. We're going under 51.5. Just playing the total, guys.
All right. It's good logic there.
You're feeling that one, aren't you?
A lot of punts.
Texas minus 6.5 against Texas Tech. There's rumors that old Ooters will be back out there playing for Texas. I don't care if he is or he isn't. They're going to win by more than that 6.5. Texas Tech is with their backup quarterback, and I got a good look at him against NC State. He's not any good. So we're taking Texas.
Yeah, it was interesting how that was a weird game because NC State let Texas Tech linger for a long time in that game, even with bad quarterback play.
It's Texas. You know, I mean, they're the you're talking about NC State.
NC State
well, NC State.
It made me feel better about
our game against them. I agree with that. I don't know. I need to watch closer NC State. I like their defensive line a lot. I like their defense, period. But I don't quite understand what's going on with their offense. It has not looked good given what they should be this year. So I hope they continue to struggle. But that's a different topic. North Carolina, I think, beats Notre Dame. We both love the quarterback for North Carolina. He's good, man. He is really good.
That feels like a trap line, but I think you're on the correct side here.
Yeah, I think I am too. I think North Carolina wins by more than a score easily. So I shouldn't say easily. Mac Brown's senile and on the verge of death, so I don't know. You never know what you're going to get there. But hey, I'm letting everybody know so that they're not shocked when it happens. You know, when you wake up in a couple weeks and they're like, "Look at that, Mac Brown died." I don't want anybody to be like, "Oh my God." Instead, I want them to go, Cameron's been predicting that for months. I mean, he saw him over the summer and really didn't like what he saw. So this is not a surprising development there, Rosemary. I'm not shocked that Mac's dead. UCF minus 19.5 against Georgia Tech. This is really a bet against Georgia Tech and its entire program. They have decided that they're just going to wear it each week. And, I will tell you this.
You're picking Plumlee to win by 20 or more.
I'd pick you starting at quarterback this weekend for UCF.
I might have a better arm.
You probably do. This is one of those games, and I'll tell you why. Now, I'm not a fan of a coach there at UCF. I have said about Gus for a while that he's nonsense. But what he does do when he gets a chance is beat up on Power 5 teams that suck so he can kind of inflate what UCF looks to be. UCF's not for real. We know that. But Georgia Tech is, god awful. And those poor fans have to sit and watch as Jeff Collins just dead man walking. But they won't fire him until the end of the year. So that's what you got. I'll take UCF to run it up on Georgia Tech. Arkansas plus 1.5 against A&M. I knew it was coming.
I was ready. There's no siren today. I don't see any Army lines or UTEP lines. So
I think the UCF Georgia Tech game, you could have probably thrown something up. I mean, I don't know that everybody's on that one.
Gus Bus.
Oklahoma minus 12.5 against Kansas State. I don't like Kansas State's offense. They're not good. So I like Oklahoma's defense, and that's a combination of a long day at the office for Kansas State is what that is. And then I've got 2 NFL games, which here's what you do. I don't care if you look at those picks and you say, I agree wholeheartedly, Jeff. Those picks make total sense. Run for the hills. Bet the opposite of my NFL picks. You're bound to be successful. My NFL picks can't hold on to a 13-point lead with 90 seconds to play, and the opposing team has no timeouts. Not only do they not cover, they can't even win the damn game. My NFL picks can't hold on to a 20-0 halftime lead. Those are my NFL picks. My NFL picks could be up by 21 in the fourth.
Yeah. That is the biggest Vegas special on the board is your first NFL pick. What the hell is that?
Right. That doesn't even seem – I did it partly –
That seems like a tease line. It would be 11.5.
Right. Yes.
You teased it to 5.5.
Yeah.
Good job, Jeff.
That's
a good play.
Under a touchdown.
Yeah.
You got past the important number. Good job. Yeah. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tease this to the Chiefs getting points. There you go. I'm going to tease this to the Chiefs getting points. And when they lose by 17 inexplicably to the Colts, we're all going to have a hearty laugh.
No, you should tease it because it's going to be 28-27 Chiefs. There you go.
It's crazy. It is just nuts how that happens. And then we've watched this Broncos offense, right? And we know the 49ers defense is good. So 35-17 Broncos.
And Russell throws for 4 bills.
Because the NFL. Anyhow, that's not what I did. I took the Chiefs minus 5.5 against the Colts. Seems like an obvious line, which means I'll probably lose. Sometimes you go, you know what? I don't care. No, I'm not taking the Colts plus 5.5. I'm giving 5.5. No, Dad, get it together. 49ers minus 1.5.
But he's saying bet Colts plus 5.5 because bet the opposite of his
I'm
pick.
kidding. I'm kind of kidding. You do whatever you want to do in the NFL. I'm just letting you know. I'm not taking the Colts. It says, see there on the screen, it says you take.
Right, but you said take the opposite of my picks and make money. I think that's where he's coming from.
Quite clearly. No, he read it wrong. You gave him too much credit. He's just admitting that he read it wrong. I knew he read it wrong. Anyhow, it's all right. I'm not mad. I like that you always side with I don't.
I think that's why we work.
No, I knew he wasn't a sporting guy. He gets it. Hey,
Your middle name should be Kurt. I'm more of the understanding, benevolent one.
Let me tell you something. One of my brothers, I love all of them, but one of them has no idea when it comes to gambling, and he does stuff like that. And I don't know why it irks me, but it's hilarious.
Yeah. I'm glad the graphic was up. Should have seen the expression on your face. You were out of time. I was out of time 10 minutes ago. That's the look on your face.
So did I tell you about the sub maker at Publix that pissed me off recently?
Oh,
did I tell you about
Did that make the air?
I think it made the air, right?
I'm pretty sure it did.
I saw him again the other day.
Oh, how did it go? The same?
Well, it was like a showdown. He saw me coming, and I realized it was him, and our eyes affixed. He knew. So in my head, I was just going to order a very simple turkey sub. I thought, no, I'm getting the most complicated sub ever made.
Here you go.
That's what I'm going to do. This is going to take a half an hour for you to make this sub.
Oh, did I say toasted? I wanted that pressed.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Start over.
You have to start
over. I can't do toasted. And I'd say it like that and just stare at him. No, I need more lettuce.
I said wheat. I said on wheat. Why do you have the multigrain?
Yeah, it was us, man. We were locked in, and he knows, and I know, and I said, all right, come get you some. I'm gonna take a while on this one. Oh yeah, no, go ahead. I didn't really want what I ordered. I just did it because I knew it was really, really ridiculous.
It's the best $9 I've ever spent.
I give half of it to my son. Like, here, you may like this. I don't know, but I'm gonna do it from here on out.
So how'd it go?
It took a long time. He was pissed. It was great. And you know what I did to piss him off even more? And then we'll go to break. Because I hate when people do this. So I did it. I stared at my phone while he was doing it. That's just It's just the wrong thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just staring at my phone, just dismissive.
Right. When he's asking for mayo or mustard.
And I look down at my phone, I'm like, yeah, mayo, of course.
Dropped it, of course.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's on.
So if you
it is on,
if
buddy.
you want to escalate,
yeah.
If you want to escalate,
throw of course in.
No, next time, bring a piece of paper with the order and then tap the top of the counter and go. Yeah.
Oh, give him one of those.
What do you have? Oh, this is what I have.
Yeah,
there you go.
There. Tap.
I'll be back.
No, you can't walk away because that's when terrible things happen to your sub.
No, then you're Clooney creeping over the
the horizon. You're giving him the look.
You're wandering over by where they have the popcorn. Yeah, you're wandering over where the popcorn is, and you're just looking.
And he knows.
And he knows you're there.
You're watching. Yeah, me and this guy. This is not. We're not fans of one another. This guy. Yeah, I've made it. Christy laughed at me. She's like, "You did that." I'm like, "Yeah, I did that." She's like, "That is the pettiest thing a grown man has ever done." I'm like, "I don't care."
You know who's driving in town today and loving you?
Who?
Spurrier.
Oh, yep, like, that's right.
What I do.
That's what you got to do.
That's right.
Because listen, it's not that hard. Do your job. Not only that.
Thank you, Mike.
I would. You know what? If I said, okay, you know what? As a lark. When I get done with this career, I'm going to go make subs. That's what I'm going to do. I'd do so joyfully. Well, how can I help you, Tom?
You would do so.
What would you like?
At that location, so you replace it.
I'm coming for your job. 20-something pub sub maker with an attitude. It's the Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV. Hey, Nole fans, our partner ISF Inc. is a national management and IT consulting firm located right here in Tallahassee, Florida, solving the future for state governments through strategy, process, and technology. As a trusted advisor for state governments, ISF knows the importance of defining a clear and detailed strategy. Our friends at ISF can help your organization create a strategy that sets you on a path to success. ISF. Your vision plus our expertise brings your brilliant ideas to life. Visit ISF.com to learn more. ISF, solving the future. Imagine for a moment that you are completely weightless with zero gravity. All of your worries and stress melt away. Your mind stops racing and you fall into a profound state of pure relaxation. This is available to you right now at Tallulah Delta 8 Plus Floating in Railroad Square for just $50. These state-of-the-art floating pods are unlike anything else you've ever experienced, and while you're there, you can shop for some of the latest and greatest CBD and Delta 8 products on the market. Natural pain management, stress relief, and better sleep are all at your fingertips at Tallulah. Tell them Jeff Cameron sent you, and thank me later.
When you need a plumber quick, how long is an acceptable time to have to wait?
Yeah, hey, it's the Millers again. Just calling you about our little plumbing problem.
2 hours?
Hey, we were hoping you can get here soon because the water is getting really bad. I mean, please hurry.
4 hours?
I know you said you were on your way, but, honey, tell the kids to drink water.
8 hours?
Don't worry about us.
At M&L Plumbing, you'll never have to wait long for quality, dependable service, right when you need it. At M&L Plumbing, we listen to our customers, and our qualified technicians aim to achieve 100% customer satisfaction. So the next time you need plumbing work or repairs, think of the name M&L Plumbing, your local plumbing experts, commercial or residential. Give us a call, 850-575-9393, or visit us online at mandlplumbing.com. M&L Plumbing, for all of your plumbing needs.
Every great construction project, whether it's a new addition or renovation, starts with a plan. At T-Spark, we are excited when our clients contact us to assist with that plan. Through our team of architects, draftsmen, engineers, we can help you with your project's planning and design, potentially saving costs in the long run. Whether you have a residential or commercial project, we look forward to working with you. Call us today or visit us at tsparkconstruction.com. License number CGC 1525336.
Whitten Glass has been taking care of families since 1945.
Experienced, reliable professionals who offer only the best, like Whitten's top-of-the-line bath enclosures. Eye-catching storefronts are a specialty at Whitten Glass, and they provide precise installation.
Whitten Glass, Tallahassee's first family in glass. Online at whittenglass.com. Call 850-222-5781.
Hey Tallahassee, it's Sarah with Seminole Auto Glass. You're probably driving right now, which means you're surrounded by glass. Did you know that each piece is made differently? Your windshield is 2 sheets of glass with a thin plastic in between. This allows it to take an impact without going all the way through. Side and back glasses are typically tempered. This strengthening process is what allows them to be shattered in the event of an emergency. Regardless of the glass or how it breaks, we can help. Trust your local auto glass experts. Seminole Auto Glass, proudly serving the Big Bend for over 15 years. Better call Seminole.
We all want more energy, more strength, more results. Well, welcome to Orange Theory Fitness as you take a step towards feeling more alive today. Backed by science, Orange Theory's heart rate monitored workout is scientifically designed to keep heart rates in a target zone, spiking metabolism and increasing energy. Orange Theory Fitness is a one-of-a-kind group personal training workout resulting in more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours. Experience a more vibrant life today with Orange Theory Fitness. To find out more, go to orangetheoryfitness.com.
Cameron Show brought to you by Orange Theory Fitness. 2 Tallahassee locations, Midtown on Thomasville Road and Northside in the Village Common Shopping Center. Online at orangetheoryfitness.com.
Well, they're going to have to make a change. And then you kind of look at it and you go, well, I don't know that changing the coach or in baseball, the manager is really going to change anything given the makeup of this team. You know how we say that sometimes? Yeah, well, that's not true in Philadelphia, where his Phillies, since firing Joe Girardi, have become a completely different team. What was Joe doing? What the hell was he doing the whole time he was there? I mean, besides steady sucking. What was he doing?
What is wrong with Joe?
That's nuts. Well, then I was just thinking about Urban Meyer yesterday and what a horrible dude he is. But also, how dumb does he look now every day that the Jaguars are competitive in like an hour after he left? Look at the Jaguars now and look at them last year where everything was a dysfunctional mess. And now they're like, Jaguars are competitive. They look like they could be a problem for some people.
Yeah, I don't know if this is
how quick that happened.
Our pal Ryan at work, but we dropped the Bills-Dolphins game for Jags-Chargers in this market this weekend. That happened today. I saw that announcement.
Well, that's stupid.
Who
made that decision? What in the hell are you guys doing?
This is
just
because it affects your streaming on.
It's just dumb. No, objectively,
I saw
dumb.
Barry Jackson from Miami tweeted about it because he will say which markets pick up and drop the Dolphins game around the country for the Dolphins fans.
Dolphins-Bills is a great game. Objectively, what are we doing?
We're 2 hours away. That's why.
Oh,
they've got to be good enough at 2 hours away that you pick them up. I think that's probably what they're thinking is.
God dog it, man. I love you.
Sports director Ryan Kelly's Twitter out
so
there.
If Ryan's not listening right now, he probably is. He's probably working.
Text in 5, 4, 3.
Ryan, you better not have made that decision because you are a Jags fan. That's your nonsense.
This is my favorite segment in a long time.
I want to answer Michael's question in the chat. There's nothing wrong with the sound on return, guys. We have to do it for the YouTube feed because we're playing bumper music and it will get flagged by YouTube and the whole thing gets taken down. You won't get any element of the show at all if we play licensed music. So that's why you don't hear me when we come back from a break because he's playing bumper music and basically all I'm saying is welcome back. You're not missing much, guys. I don't get into the weighty stuff typically. And he knows to turn it down quickly if I start talking about something of any importance. So that's what's happening.
Who's he?
Michael.
No.
In the chat.
He knows how to turn it down quickly.
You! I'm pointing. Come on. I wasn't being dismissive.
I'm not kidding.
I'm not treating you like the
Libations Thursday.
Like the pub sub guy. Yeah, go tell that guy. Now, that really is upsetting. Very, very upsetting to me that we're not going to see that game. You did say it. Do you think the Dolphins will beat the Bills this week?
Did I say that?
You said the Dolphins will beat the Bills at some point this year.
Oh, probably in the summer? Yeah.
But now that you've seen the Bills, you don't think that?
Well, I'm not sure. Where is this game? Do you know the location?
I didn't bet on it, so I don't have that memorized just yet. Let me look up at NFL.com and get the. No,
that's
okay.
The producers asking people to look stuff up.
No. It's a loose show, man. That's how we roll around these parts. It's okay. Here we go. That game is in Miami.
Oh, okay. Here it is.
You got to pick.
Chance.
You got to.
This is it.
Hey, so the Dolphins are getting 6.5. Would you take that? Tease that up over to 7. You feel pretty good about it. Yeah,
I'd tease it at 12.5. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
I don't know, man. I'm not.
Chiefs plus a half a point. Dolphins plus 12.5.
But listen, I've done this. I've done the Pistols thing every week where I've gone, how do I lose that bet? It's impossible to lose that bet. The Raiders are going to kill Arizona. I look up at the screen. It's halftime, 20-0 Raiders. Oh, this is an ass kicking, just like I thought it would be. Somehow I leave the room. I get busy doing other stuff. I come back. Why are we in overtime? What is going on here? Sorry ass Raiders. That is the quickest way to grow to hate anybody or anything, is to lose money while gambling on their behalf. And then not because they lost the game. Like, you can live with that, because I don't really care about who wins the game. I care about winning the money. The only time I care about who wins the game is when the Bucs are playing. I care that the Bucs win the game. Everybody else, don't care. But you develop over time streaks with teams, and they'll burn you or they'll reward you. And then that affects everything about the franchise. The city, the people who live there, the friends you once knew who root for that team, everybody is painted with that broad brush if they screw you one weekend.
Buddy, I was playing team skins this past weekend, and I had a 3-putt from 15 feet to lose a skin. Now, that is a moderate sin because there's only one skin. But if there's 5, I don't know that I'm being talked to for lunch.
Yeah. What, really? I'm going to 3-putt out here.
And I would understand that.
I'm going to 3-putt out here for 5 skins is what we're going to do.
Right.
That's what we're doing.
Right.
Thanks, Tom.
I would understand that.
Yeah, it's a toughie.
If you don't want to talk to me, I get it. All right. My bad.
It's funny, too, because we all know when our partner is going to 3-putt. Like, you could just, there's something about that first putt that tells you everything.
I knew I was going to 3-putt.
It's the best when that first one goes 9 feet past the hole. You're like, well, 3-putt action out here.
Well, that's what it was. It was over.
That's a toughie.
It was past the hole in a hole that you can't be higher because it's just going to keep going.
It's going to keep going. You're like, okay, that's gone. That's gone.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make a 25-footer on the way back.
There's a problem.
That's nice. Yeah, man. That's nice. Hey, practice. Good job, by the way, out of you on warchant.com, 3rd and Lang.
Oh, thanks.
I like the Johnny Wilson piece. One of the reasons I liked it, Tom, not just for the analysis, which is great, but I love these videos we're able to show. And one of the reasons that I like it is because you really do see Tate maturing right before our eyes and a half, right? The amount of times that kid took shots in order to deliver big throws is buoying, to say the least, because that,
even we watched the game together live on Warchant TV. That first little in, they use an RPO concept, glance.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a massive hit. And a lot of these decisions he was making last Friday, and in watching it again, the run was going to get blown up. So he's making the right call. It's not just the equation is not just saying that's a simple route, simple concept. They made it easy on him. Yeah, but if he chooses wrong, if he chooses the R when he should choose the P, or vice versa in the RPO game,
you did.
Then you're in 2nd and 12. So he did a really good job of making the decision for the better play. And that's what, to me, buddy, that's the poise that we're looking for.
The two things about the scramble, by the way, isn't just the speed and athleticism, where I made the joke while we were watching it, but also we finally made a decision when it mattered most. We made a decision about a block in play and not to execute it because we saw the backs of the jersey. There's a block about to be made on a peel back. I can't tell you. I can't see which receiver it is. I don't remember. I think it might be Micah, but I can't. Anyhow, the point is, oh no, it's Toafili. It's Toafili realizing that I cannot hit that guy.
Yep. That's a good point.
It goes unnoticed on the play because we're just watching Tate run. But if you watch the scramble again, Toafili's got a guy sized up that he could take out, but it would be a block in the back, and it would have erased everything about it.
Yeah, it's by the ACC logo. Yeah, there's no doubt there.
Yeah.
My favorite play of Tate's was actually the Johnny Wilson PI down the middle because he flushes left and he waits
and waits, and then it's a flick, and it's got a lot on it.
Everything about his body language is completely different on that play. that to me, even though there are better throws, I mean, a lot better throws at the back of the end zone for the second Johnny touchdown from Tate in this game, that's the one that I love the most because it says, oh, it slowed down for you. Things are slow. Okay. This is now it's just about what can I do? It's not about what could happen to me.
Here's what it is. It's playing football. There's no better feeling. Everybody knows this, right? When you're technical, when you're thinking about a play, a design, if you're playing golf and you're thinking about the golf swing, if you're obsessed with your shot in basketball, or if you're having to watch yourself dribble, which means you need to work harder on dribbling because you're never supposed to have to do that. All right. When you're doing those things, you're not playing the game. You're not playing the game. And Tate, up until the second half of the game against Louisville, never looked like he was playing football. He always looked like he was trying to avoid a mistake, and that's how you make a mistake. He always looked like a guy who was thinking about, here's what I'm supposed to do, whether that's technical, whether that's play design, whether that's reading the defense, whether that is throwing motion, footwork, you name it. He never looked like he was playing football. The second half of the game, because he was able to get some confidence, because the coaches did a very good job of calling the second half for him. I would love to have known. I think I know. I could guess within reason the conversation they had to have had with him during the halftime. Because, again, he comes out, and when he completes those two passes, from that point forward, he plays football. There's not anything. I'm not saying he's not thinking. I mean, you have to understand, what the concepts are. I get all that. But you're just playing the game. And that's like you can't play fast defensively if you're thinking about where you're supposed to be. You just got to play. You have to know it like the back of your hand. It's like teaching a subject. That's how you know you really, really understand it, is if you can teach it. So when you're playing the game, it just looks different. Everything flows. And that's why it just jumps off the video when you go back and watch Tate's second half. You're like, oh, man, he's just playing football, baby. He's just playing football. And it's fun. At that point, it's fun because you just don't know what's going to happen. He feels free to make a decision, like on any given play. Like, I'm good. I got this. I know what I'm doing. And I don't know if he's going to play this weekend or not. I don't know who's going to start at quarterback for us. There hasn't been an official announcement. I doubt there will be. So we don't know the answer there. I tell you the best case scenario in my mind as we sit here today on a Thursday, Redemption Thursday. The best case scenario is that Jordan Travis starts, that he's that kind of healthy. And he goes out and puts up some numbers, and Florida State gets out to a healthy lead. And then they say, okay, we're good. We're good. You know what? Defense has got Boston College hemmed up. Tate, early in the third quarter here, maybe you let Jordan come back out, start the second half, one more drive. It's effective. All right, Tate, we're not going to risk it. We're going to pull Jordan here. We're up 3 scores. Play football. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I would love that if that happened. You get more rest for Jordan. He's still able to put up numbers and look good and continue to gain confidence and all those things. But again, you elevate Tate in case anything happens at some point down the line to Jordan, because there is a chance it will later this year. We've got a lot of tough games against some pretty good defenses.
And the next best case scenario is that Tate starts and he handles the difference of this week versus going in the middle of a game well.
That's
and he
correct.
says, I'm playing in front of my home group, my home fans, my family, classmates, 80,000. Well, these days, 72,000 screaming Nole fans.
Mm-hmm.
And I can handle that. I don't feel the pressure of that anymore because these are not situations that are created the same. The Louisville game is one thing. Listen, we were starving to take any victory for Tate in any way, whether he was prepared all week because he knew he was a starter or if he was thrown into action. So that's a huge step for him, and that's great. But the second best scenario is if Jordan can't go and Tate excels in this particular form as well, 8 o'clock at Doak, that carries a lot of expectations. Then you feel much better about your chances for the Wake, NC State, Clemson sequence if you need Tate at any point.
Correct.
When he comes off the sideline, you don't go,
go,
okay, Tate. All right, Tate, it's your turn. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't. We need Jordan Travis against Clemson. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I agree.
We really need him against Clemson. I'm not disagreeing with you. There was a helplessness and a hopelessness to the idea of Tate Rodemaker coming in against anybody prior to this past game. Agreed. I won't feel that same sort of desperation if he has to come out there now. But I won't feel good because that's how good Jordan has been. He is a difference maker.
You won't get an argument here on that.
I will tell you, Tom, I said yesterday I thought Jordan had played quarterback better than anybody else in the ACC this year. And then I thought about it on the drive home. I might be wrong. May at North Carolina's.
He's a really good player.
He's a really good player. He's in the conversation.
Jordan does more than May does, though.
But we both like May like at the next level.
Yeah,
possibly.
I do.
Yeah, I do
but
too.
The thing is that Jordan's game is now so comprehensive.
Yeah.
That
Who
would you rather start in a given weekend?
No, I agree with you.
You're starting Jordan right now over May
because of the legs, but May's arm is.
And May can move. Nobody can move like Jordan.
He's a good player. Damn it, man. Makes me mad. Come here, man. I get it. You have family history in North Carolina, but frustrating. Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
Your local news now.
The Tallahassee Police Department confirmed Wednesday night that a shooting occurred. The shooting occurred at the 2700 block of Pecan Road just before 7:30 p.m. According to the Tallahassee Police Department, a vehicle with multiple occupants was struck by gunfire several times as it traveled down the road. One adult female passenger sustained serious injuries as a result of the shooting, and no additional injuries were reported. Investigation into the incident is ongoing. A woman sustained a non-life-threatening injury after being robbed and shot at Canyon Park Apartments just after midnight last night. The victim met with the suspect at the apartments, which is when the incident took place. The victim then drove from the incident location to a residence in the 4200 block of Richhaven Road, where law enforcement was contacted. TPD states that this is an open, active investigation and no arrests have been made at this time. This is Rachel Lene with your Real Talk 93.3 Local News Update, brought to you by Macklemore Systems, Tallahassee's go-to Mac store. Check them out online at MacklemoreSystems.com.
This is meteorologist Paul Trombley with your Real Talk 93.3 weather update. Sunny skies and calm this afternoon with a high of 96. Northerly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows level off around 73 tonight. Mainly clear skies. Daytime highs approaching 88 tomorrow. Bright sunshine expected. Highs level off around 87 Saturday under sunny skies. 91 Sunday. This report is brought to you by the Lawn Johns. For all your landscaping and lawn care needs, visit thelawnjohns.com. Right now, 91.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is coming up at 3 p.m. Don't miss your chance to shake the 93.3 money tree and see what falls out. Planted by the law offices of Basic Brooks. Come back stronger with Basic Brooks.
Your body is a masterpiece designed to heal itself from within. Learn how to maximize your health by tuning in to Phenomenal Health with me, Dr. Ryan Finn. Saturdays at 2:30. Experience true health today and call Finn Chiropractic at 386-7700.
Well. Hey, Jeff, look at this place.
Yeah. Well, doing well. It's been a while since I've seen you, brother, but, it hasn't been a while since I've been over to Gordo's. I go there on the regular because of you, Eddie.
Well, we keep you regular.
Well, that's true, but I think of Gordo's as a place to sit down, have a cold beer, talk to your friends, enjoy the sports, eat the delicious food. But I think of you as Uncle Eddie, a man who takes care of his people and takes care of the town.
I appreciate that, Jeff. Hey, and we'll keep you regular.
Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
Here's what you missed on the Greg Tish Show.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. Pastor Tabner was alone with a female church employee. She in a towel, and he in his boxers. The charismatic 41-year-old Hurley explained the two of them had been making chili and gotten food on their clothes. With the hot dogs that they were making, we are hoping that the pastor used the right condiments.
I think there was at least one hot dog involved.
I don't know what you're talking about. We were just making chili dogs.
The Greg Tish Show, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m., only on Real Talk 93.3. The Jeff Cameron Show is a production of the Warchant.com Multimedia Network. Check out Warchant.com today for the latest news inside Florida State athletics. That's Warchant.com. Now, back to Jeff on Real Talk 93.3.
I don't have my prize picks yet for this week.
Why didn't you make them?
That's a great question. I thought we were going to roll those out Friday. We did them Friday last week.
Okay. I wanted to randomly go there today. It felt right now.
There's a note. We got a very friendly note from Prize Picks saying, you guys are just kicking butt for us. Thank you so much. Anyway, I'm
excited about that.
I know you are.
Yeah.
I know you are.
I am.
You want this to be the greatest relationship in any gambling and host relationship of all time.
Well, I want
Prize
it to be
Picks and you.
I want it to be one of many. I like Prize Picks. I personally use Prize Picks on a regular basis. And, one thing's true about this show over the years. Anything that I'm talking about is usually something that I've either used or completely believe in based on actual evidence. So it's if I like a food, if I like, whatever, that I go there. I do go to Gordo's, for example. Eddie and I are friends, and I do love their food. So that matters to me. That relationship matters to me. And, for a long time, I did work with Chris Kraft. I don't anymore. I don't drive a QX80 anymore. I got rid of my car. I moved on. And I'm happy to have done that. But we had a relationship. We don't anymore. Then other stuff like that we've talked about, right? So Prize Picks and I think, have a really good working, so do you, really good working relationship. And they're wonderful partners on the show. And it is absolutely right after, my heart, because it's something I love doing. And there are so many freaking options. Now, listen, they're not giving me any more money by talking about this right now. This is actually just a topic you and I talk about. I do think one of the coolest things about this and what they've done, and anybody could have done it, but Prize Picks did it, so they get the credit. The coupling of pro football with the NHL and an NBA preseason game is insane. Yeah. You can do anything. You can write the story of a round of golf and marry it to a college football Saturday and a rushing yards total from the NFL. I mean, it's really quite cool.
Fully customizable, you might say.
That is correct.
But what I found interesting is I don't know that I realized this, at least to the degree at which it happened. The numbers move just like a betting line.
Yeah, well, so I told you earlier today.
Right. So Sam Hartman's number for his passing total against Clemson, you had mentioned that on the air a couple of days ago, was at 299 and change, but you saw it as high as
I think originally it was 300, then it went quickly to 295, and now it's down to 285.
Right. So you should, as long as injury reports are good, go shopping for your lines
early in the week,
as early as you can.
It's as soon as they post them, you want to go looking, because something will jump out to you. And that one jumped out to me. I was like, "Ooh, going against Clemson's defense with Wake's offensive line, he might throw for 300, but I think it's exceedingly unlikely." So I would have ventured a guess down that road, But you also, if you're an astute observer of college football, this is a sneaky good weekend for weird reasons. Duke, Kansas. I don't think in my lifetime have I ever said that I would be interested in watching either of those two teams play.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cutcliffe
had a blip, but not each other, not head to head.
No,
there's no chance.
Well, certainly never against each other. Right. That's what I mean. So I am intrigued by Duke, Kansas this weekend. I just am. I think it's a great game. I'm going to watch it.
You are?
I am. Well, I'm going to bet on it too. But
there you go.
But I mean, I am going to watch it. And then, listen, Tennessee, Florida. I'm more and more. I'm getting a feeling that Florida might get housed, significantly housed. Something is amiss, I think, with Richardson. Something's wrong. I can't tell. He's not the same player that beat Utah. So the guess is there's an injury of some kind. You don't go from beating Utah, making some of the plays that he made in that game. I mean, there were a couple of really spectacular plays, to looking like he's looked in the loss to Kentucky and the game this past week against USF. He was a shell of himself. He didn't even look like an athlete anymore.
It might be a personal situation off the field.
Something's not right. Yeah. I'm not rooting for that. I mean, if he sucks all year, that'd be great, but I don't want him to have any problems off the field or an injury. But something's not right, man. I don't understand what's going on with him. So it's hard to know, maybe he comes back to the way he was against Utah, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, we don't know. His grandmother was ill, and now she's okay, and he's out there kicking ass. You know what I mean? That's the part you don't know. But anyhow, when you try to tell the story of the game and you go through all this, it is so fun because you can go position by position. You can go, Texas A&M's offense is terrible. It is, by any definition, terrible. And they're taking on Arkansas this week. That is a really good football game. Tell the story of that game, and you can look at rush yards, pass yards, quarterback, all that stuff. It's kind of not an underrated game, but an interesting game. I think the Syracuse game against Virginia, possibly because I'm wagering on the game, but again, it could be 4-0. So it's a decent weekend.
This is a weekend where I'm happy we're back on Saturdays. I'm happy to have the routine in our lives again. I know Mike Norvell is very happy about getting back into the routine of training players' bodies, both mentally and physically. But this is a good Saturday. It's a toughie. I like the way this slate is spread out on Saturday. Kind of wish we could watch more of it, but that's okay. There will be TVs at Hotel Indigo. Folks want to watch us live,
That is
and
correct.
they also want to watch the games in air conditioning, so you can go back and forth.
I'm going to answer your question, Pappy. What signs did Anthony Richardson give you all that he could throw the ball an ounce? Ain't nothing going on, man. Just big and athletic doesn't make him a QB. Fair enough, Pappy. But you mentioned that he is big and athletic. Yeah, he looked neither in this last game. What did he run for, 27 yards? So what I'm saying is something is going on. He's hurt. He doesn't look anything like a big and athletic player. And he threw the ball at times, yes, inconsistently, but at times against Utah, well. He hasn't done it since. So while he is wildly inconsistent and often, making questionable decisions, he is usually athletic. Doesn't look that way at all. So that's why I venture to guess that he's hurt. You would never, if I gave you a prize picks a week ago for his rushing total to be at 20, like I'm probably going to take the over there.
Yeah, easily.
Now you wouldn't. That's the answer. Now you wouldn't. It's Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
Jerry's Famous Cigar Shop is a special place. It's Tallahassee's only traditional gentleman's cigar lounge with a massive collection of hard-to-find boutique cigar brands, a staff with over 100 years of combined cigar knowledge and experience, the best prices in town with full box discounts, a great selection of beer and wine, indoor and outdoor seating, private lockers, and best of all, Jerry's is a local family-owned business. Visit us on Sherrill Road or the new lounge on Curry Forest Parkway, the only cigar lounge for the true gentleman.
When I get home from work, I'm ready to relax. So I call Swain Pools and Spas and put my pool in the back. I call Swain Pools and Spas. Now I'm soaking up the fun when I want to.
Truckloads of new and used Caldera and Hot Spring Spas are available now at Swain Pools and Spas. Don't wait. Get to Swain Pools and browse the best inventory to find the spa of your dreams. These won't last long, so come see us today. Just look for the huge sign on Tharp Street or call 386-7113 for Swain Pools and Spas.
I know what you're thinking right now. Where can I find a place to get my car fixed and also check out some awesome new hot tubs and spas while I wait? Well, you're in luck. Because when you bring your car or truck in to get serviced at Tallahassee Car Care, it's under the same roof as Swain Pools and Spas for tires, brakes, batteries, tune-ups, oil changes, and all the service you need to get back on the road. Choose the certified technicians at Tallahassee Car Care. Drop by our shop on Tharp Street or visit online at TallahasseeCarCare.com.
Football at El Jalisco, football at El Jalisco, what a combination. It's a great big celebration. It's football at El Jalisco. I can dig it. Who's playing? Oh, man, everybody. The ACC, the SEC, all the C's, and even the pros. The Bucks, the Steelers, the Giants, the Cowboys. Wow, far out. You bet, man. When the game is on, it's on at El Jalisco with incredible specials on everything from frosty cervezas to salty margaritas.
Does Margarita know?
Dios mío, not again. The best place to watch the game is El Jalisco. College, pros, Monday night, Thursday night, you name it, El Jalisco is football headquarters. And with 5 Tallahassee area locations, there's probably an El Jalisco right around the corner right now.
There's fun to be had every night at the Corner Pocket. Take home prizes on Trivia Tuesdays and Beer Bingo Thursdays. And kickstart your weekend with Martini Fridays. Plus, happy hour runs every weekday and game day specials every time the Noles take the field. Watch all the best games at the Corner Pocket's Vegas Wall, featuring 560 inches of flat screen TV heaven.
Oh, really?
The best food, the best drinks, and the best place to watch all the games. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Jeff Cameron Show is a production of the Warchant.com Multimedia Network. Check out Warchant.com today for the latest news inside Florida State athletics. That's Warchant.com. Now, back to Jeff on Real Talk 93.3.
One disappointing thing as a college football fan is with the reshuffling that has gone on for quite some time now, we are losing these rivalries. I wonder, if some of the other all-time rivalries will go away at some point. Now, I don't think anybody sits around and worries about Georgia Tech and Georgia continuing their rivalry. They do, but if that were to go away, I suppose Georgia folks might be upset about that. But
it's a free win.
It's a free ass kicking every year. But other than that, like South Carolina, Clemson, Florida State, Florida, obviously. But when you look at Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, that should never go away. And I'm just speaking now as a college football fan. I hate it.
How would you feel about it, though, if you were, say, an OSU fan, right? It's Oklahoma leaves, then they go to the public and they say, let's play. I mean,
yeah, but
maybe not. You guys left, and we were supposed to have a little alliance here. It was us against Texas. That was supposed to be the way the political world was shuffling in the Big 12. Yeah. And then you just left us high and dry. So, go form a rivalry with Alabama. I'm sure it'll be great.
It only hurts Oklahoma State.
Does it, though?
It only hurts Oklahoma State.
Because I don't think so, because Oklahoma State's is not going to earn nearly the amount of money that Oklahoma is. So now you're going to face a superiorly backed opponent every year.
Well, they are.
You're in a position to where, but it's only going to get worse.
Probably.
So at that point, perception-wise, I don't think it does you any good. It might make you a few bucks, but it's not going to make the difference.
I think it does make you a few bucks. It is a sexy game that everybody watches, or a lot of people watch in college football, and now you have one less of those, and you become more irrelevant because I guess you could argue at that point you're being emotional. So, I mean, I would say that
not if you form partnerships with teams out on the West Coast.
Well, I mean, I have no idea. Yes, but nothing will replace Bedlam. You're not gonna have a rivalry with somebody on the West Coast, and people are like, oh, I mean, not the same.
Correct.
I mean, if we replaced Florida with a different game because they decided whatever, a similar scenario,
they tried to do that,
but you'd be livid. That's a rivalry that both fan bases want. You want to play that game every year.
But let's just say that they left and did something, and then we say, well, we're going to form our own thing. I'd be like, fine, okay. That's fine. If they took steps to exit the rivalry, that's their problem.
Yeah, they took steps to exit the conference. But they want to play the game. You don't have to, but I think it only hurts Oklahoma State. It doesn't hurt Oklahoma. They'll have a million sexy games. But I think if you're Oklahoma State, you want to play that game. I think it's a good game for your fan base. It's a moneymaker like you alluded to. I think it elevates who Oklahoma State is.
It may or may not, though, because it's almost like you're going to be in a prize fight and you say, all right, one boxer can use steroids. My opponent can, but I can't. But I can't.
We're in that situation. Listen.
Well, I'm going to use steroids, but you can't. You know what? Let's still fight, though. You'd be like, oh, sure.
No, but what we're doing right now to avoid that scenario is saying, how do we get the steroids? Can we get somewhere where we can get the steroids?
Right.
That's what Oklahoma State should be doing.
And they should say, let me get back to you once I have my affairs settled.
I'd
because
still
for
like
now,
to make the money.
It's very convenient for you. That I'm sure you do want to play that game, but you made your choice.
I think.
Let me get my affairs in order, and then we'll see about it a little bit later.
Okay, fine. It only hurts you. I mean, I'm trying to do the right thing here, and that we'll keep this age-old rivalry of the state of Oklahoma going. Yeah, you're in a tough spot because, we're a sexier, more valued school than you always have been. Nothing's changed. We've always mattered more than you.
What has changed is you've gone spineless because you decided to pair with Texas, the great evil. And we joked about Texas for decades, but now it's you and Texas holding hands. I see how it is.
But this is the opposite of your live argument. I'm telling you that that's an offer that they couldn't refuse. I'm taking the money, Tom. I had to go. You should try to get you some money too.
After I get my money, I'll see you on the field.
Hour number 2, forthcoming. Stay with.
Coming up next, more of the Jeff Cameron Show. Live and local on Real Talk 93.3. WVFT, Greta, Tallahassee.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. Russian and Ukrainian forces have exchanged artillery barrages that have killed at least 6 people, as both sides refuse to concede any ground despite recent military setbacks for Moscow and the toll on the invaded country after almost 7 months of war. Demonstrating that neither side was ready to ease up or pause the fighting, the exchange of fire came hours after the two sides made a major prisoner swap. A southern border governor is taking a different approach in combating an illegal drug.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott issued an executive order designating Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations in Texas. Governor Abbott says cartels are behind the fentanyl deaths of Texans and the deaths of more Americans in the past year than any global terrorist attack in the past 100 years. Tasha Stevens reporting.
Also at townhall.com, just a week after it took effect, an Indiana judge has blocked the state's new pro-life law from being enforced, putting the statute on hold.
Abortion clinic operators who filed suit claim the law violates the state's constitution, while the Indiana Attorney General's office contends the court should uphold the measure, saying that arguments against it are based on a novel, unwritten, historically unsupported right to abortion in the Indiana Constitution.
Correspondent Rich Thomason says the court order prevents enforcement of the law pending a trial on the merits of the lawsuit. The number of Americans filing for jobless benefits rose slightly last week, despite the Federal Reserve's year-long battle against inflation. It is intended to cool the economy and the tight labor market. Applications for unemployment benefits for the week ending September 17th rose by 5,000 to 213,000, according to the Labor Department. The Dow is down a fraction, the NASDAQ off 130 points. More at townhall.com.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Hey, no fans, our partner ISF Inc. is a national management and IT consulting firm located right here in Tallahassee, Florida, solving the future for state governments through strategy, process, and technology. As a trusted advisor for state governments, ISF knows the importance of defining a clear and detailed strategy. Our friends at ISF can help your organization create a strategy that sets you on a path to success. ISF, your vision plus our expertise brings your brilliant ideas to life. Visit ISF.com to learn more. ISF, solving the future.
We all want more energy, more strength, more results. Well, welcome to Orange Theory Fitness as you take a step towards feeling more alive today. Backed by science, Orange Theory's heart rate monitored workout is scientifically designed to keep heart rates in a target zone, spiking metabolism and increasing energy. Orange Theory Fitness is a one-of-a-kind group personal training workout resulting in more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours. Experience a more vibrant life today with Orange Theory Fitness. To find out more, go to orangetheoryfitness.com.
Broadcasting live from Florida's capital city, this is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Orange Theory Fitness on Real Talk 93.3. Now, stop what you're doing and listen closely. It's time for the Jeff Cameron Show in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got an ass kicking to deliver on Saturday night. Let's hope. Let's hope. I think so. It's been a minute since we were at Doak Campbell Stadium, Tom, watching Florida State run away with a game, but I may see it this weekend.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't it just to relax to get to 4-0?
Did you pick it that way on the Warchant report? Which
No,
is
I
live
think
now?
I think I picked 27-10.
Did you really?
20. What, did you pick that?
28-10.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be
minds think alike.
a bit of a slog.
I think it's a bit of a slog too. I think because I think because of the way they're going to call the game. There's no need to open it up and be aggressive and do the kinds of things that you've had to do in some of these other games, because Boston College offense. Listen, let me just say this, okay? On the one hand, I think it's a hell of an opportunity for Florida State to win a game comfortably in the ACC. We rarely do that. It's been a minute since we've done that with any degree of consistency. It'd be nice to see it. On the other hand, the aspect of this team that we don't trust is the defense. If our defense gives up a lot of yards and points to Boston College, we've got a definitive problem to be very worried about, even in the face of 4-0, if it happens. Because this BC team ought not come in here. I don't care. Zay Flowers, that's great. Everybody has destroyed their offensive line. It hasn't been – it's a case where you kind of feel bad for BC to some extent with all the injuries they've had. But at the end of the day, listen, that's not our fault, and we've been beat up too. You got to go do what everybody, including Maine for a half, has been able to do to BC. And if you don't, then we have very real problems here. I already think we have a very distinct set of problems when it comes to us running zone. When we run zone, we're not good at it, virtually ever. And I don't love our corners. I like Renardo. He's the best of them so far, but he's not an elite difference maker. And there isn't anybody on the other side that you trust at all who plays with any degree of consistency either. You like our safeties. Okay.
And they'll run 3 deep, too, because they don't like the corners that much at this point.
Yeah, at this
point. You'll see Shaheem out there, and that allows Jamie Robinson to play in the slot.
Yes. I kind of expect more out of him, by the way.
Jamie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
why I didn't have him as high up on my Warchant top 40 in the preseason. Look, he's a very important player and a very talented player. It's just that he shouldn't have 88 tackles. That's not the way it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I don't think. Listen, again, it hasn't been an unmitigated disaster this year, but it hadn't been great.
But the other thing that's very important to say about the safety play is when you've got quarterbacks like Jaden Daniels and Malik Cunningham,
you just make plays. Correct.
You're going to look silly. You're going to look silly a few times a game. I mean, there are moments. There's one, I think it's one of his touchdown runs, where Akeem Dent has Malik Cunningham sized up, and then he's gone like a flash. And the fact that we don't have to face guys who are elite at scrambling and or running, scrambling for Daniels, running for Malik Cunningham, and scrambling, for that matter, is just such a relief. I mean, Fuller has to be sleeping better this week. It's not that he's being complacent. It's just that if you don't have to scheme for a guy like that, you don't have to scheme for a ghost.
Exhale big time. I mean, you do have a quarterback this week that can make throws if he has time.
Right.
He'll make NFL throws. But, it's nice not having to chase a guy all over God's green earth because they're an elite athlete playing quarterback.
Right.
Yes.
And Kalen DeLoach is not a bad athlete.
No.
But he was made to look foolish.
That's correct.
5-6 times in that game.
I agree with you. All right, Pappy, I'm happy to do it, baby. We're earnest around here. We're not. I'll do the right thing. I saw your question. I answered the damn thing. And thanks for subscribing for $1. Did you see that?
Pappy's on board because you answered his question. You never know. You never know.
Since you put my question up and answered it, he writes, I decided, and he correctly came back and circled back around and used the proper sense.
Is it okay if I answer something in the spirit of redemption Thursday?
Sure.
May I please? So Buffalo Tom said, bet me Tom Lang. Buffalo minus 14. You get 14 points with Miami.
Take it.
Yes. Buffalo Tom, you pick the food item in the spirit of redemption Thursday.
Food, for the charity. Yes.
Yes, this is for charity. So whatever food item you name, I will donate if Buffalo beats Miami by more than 14 points, which would be yet another statement for the Bills on a short week to do something like that.
Also, there was a question in here. I don't like to do this, but since we're starting the hour, we'll keep it going. I'll answer a couple of other ones here really quick. It's not an Irish hat. It's not an Irish hat.
You got to reset that every 15 minutes for the new audience.
Yeah, people think I'm wearing a Notre Dame hat. I'm not wearing a Notre Dame hat. I get why you think it. I didn't. This is how disinterested I am in Notre Dame in general. I saw the hat because I like to play golf, and this is a golf company that the Live Lucky company makes these hats. They make them in red, white, green, purple, whatever hue you enjoy. They have, right? So I have, oddly, 2 very specific green golf shirts. I just like the cut of the jib, man. I just like them, a jib, and I bought it, and so I don't have really a green hat that goes with that shirt when we golf. And so I saw this green hat, and I went, I like that green hat because I often wear black shorts with the green shirt.
Yep,
and that's got a black, and I went, oh, there it is, and I bought it. That's how this went down. There's no thought to Notre Dame, at all.
All right, so if you need to play a good round of golf, there's going to be some money on the line, whatever, and you know today's a big day. It's an important day. What's your power color? Is it green?
This guy made me laugh.
I mean, it does look like it,
I
but
know
it's not.
does.
Yeah.
It's not.
Is green the color? I got to play well today. I want to wear my favorite stuff that's going to make me feel the part.
Red. And not because of Tiger, but I just look spectacular in red.
Patrick Reed.
Yeah, it's the way I look. It's just phenomenal. Brings out all my great features. So it's the red. And then when I know I'm going to play poorly, like I haven't played in a while, this is going to be a rough day. We're not wearing our good gear.
Cargo shorts.
No. That's Corey Clark. I wear white when I'm going to play poorly. I got no shot.
All right. I'll remember that. If we're ever in a team event and I see you
show
up in white,
you're like, oh,
I got to
no.
buckle down.
Unless things change, unless things change. JCS merch is a question that has been presented in the email and chat. And somebody called the station and asked John whether or not we were still doing JCS merch. They wanted some.
Still.
And it occurs to me that we have kind of dropped the ball when it comes to JCS merch.
When did we ever sell JCS?
Well, we always have basically some form of JCS merch when we have the party for the listeners.
Yes.
And, the truth is we need some JCS merch. The show's gotten very, very popular. It was always wildly popular. Now it's just exceedingly popular.
The most popular.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we do probably need something. So we'll think about it. We'll get something going. And then by the end of the football season, I'll make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to take responsibility for this. You don't want to do it. I know.
I don't.
And you shouldn't have to. I will do it. I will do it.
If there was time, if it was a different, there's a good shirt.
If it was a different, Arkansas is going to beat Texas A&M this weekend, and then watch those message boards.
That might be one of your picks.
It is. Want to go through them again?
Big Suey.
A
note on that game. Somebody did point it out properly. That's in Jerry's world. Jerry loves him some Razorback football.
He does.
So A&M and Arky will be playing in Fort Worth.
Go Hogs. I've got a low-key
or Arlington.
I'm a low-key Arkansas enthusiast.
What a helmet.
It's an awesome helmet. When I was a kid, my dad, anytime Arkansas would come on, he'd be like, oh, Arkansas is on it. I'm like, and I remember asking him, like, have you even ever been to Arkansas, let alone why do you root for them? And he's like, I have been there. Dated a girl once from Arkansas and visited her parents many moons ago. And he was like,
was her name Rosemary?
No. You like that I broke out the rosemary?
Yes, I
today?
did.
Yeah, you don't get many rosemaries. You'll hear an occasional Evelyn from me, but not too many rosemaries.
Evelyn in a minute.
It's been a while since I broke out an
I
Evelyn.
feel like I'm hearing big band 40s music with Evelyn.
So no, rosemary. I broke out rosemary. Anyhow, he just loved the color scheme and the helmet. And he always it's kind of like I am with Wyoming. You know how I have a thing. I love Wyoming. Gergelson. She's a great player. LPGA tearing it up. So yeah, I do. I kind of like Arkansas as well. The uniforms are great. Hey, the Arkansas golf coach sent me a gorgeous Arkansas sweatshirt that I occasionally break out around the house, Tom.
Hey, can we get the sweatshirt weather?
Please. How about this? So I come home one day and there's a package. Fayetteville.
I know.
The golf coach from Arkansas sent me like a $90 Arkansas sweatshirt after I interviewed him.
Oh, man.
That dude's a badass.
You must ask great questions.
I do. All right, here we go. Wagers really quick. Recap. I broke them out first hour. Here they are again. We're off an 8-2 week. So let's see if we can keep this train rolling, baby. Syracuse -9.5 against Virginia. Michigan -17 against Maryland. I like Michigan to light it up. I think that offense is for real. I know they haven't played anybody, but I think they're going to continue to score in bunches. Mizzou and Auburn is the opposite of what I just described Michigan's offense to be. Missouri and Auburn will struggle. And in doing so, I said under 51.5 on that total. I took Texas and gave less than a touchdown. I feel comfortable with anything below 7, minus 6.5 against Texas Tech. North Carolina will outscore Notre Dame. Notre Dame's offense has struggled. I know North Carolina's defense is awful, but they're going against a below-average Notre Dame offense, and North Carolina's offense is tasty. I think it's good. I'll take Carolina. UCF to light up Georgia Tech. Give the 19.5. Everybody does. Who's worse? Georgia Tech or Colorado?
Ooh. A lot of gold on that field. Georgia Tech, until they change their coach.
The irony, Georgia Tech and Colorado, same year, back in the day.
That's right, the split natty.
Yeah.
91?
90.
90.
It's 90, yeah. By the way, it is impossible to think of a future in college football in which that could ever happen again. Right. Well, first of all, the split anything isn't going to happen. But secondly,
tiers, the second tier league, maybe.
Georgia Tech, they are a mess on a lot of levels. That Colorado situation, I don't understand it. Colorado is a desirable place to live. It is like if I'm not trying to be cruel here, but if somebody's like, hey, listen, Nebraska may never get back. It's tough for Nebraska. You're like, well, it is Nebraska. You do have to live there if you play there. People aren't flocking to Nebraska the way they once did. Colorado, however, is a wonderful place to live. It is it's a picture, well, especially there. Boulder's quite nice.
It's got angry hippies. Maybe
angry
that's what it is.
hippies,
Yeah.
but hippies nonetheless. And they can't get that program moving in any sort of right direction. Awful.
Emboldened hippies by the state laws.
That's correct. Okay, and I took Arkansas getting a 1.5 against Texas. You went all in on it.
I did, because you're feeling it.
I am. Oklahoma to rout Kansas State minus 12.5 and my 2 NFL picks, which listen, I chided myself on these picks because of the way the NFL has treated me so far this year. Maybe it's a get-right weekend in the National Football League. I already sent some picks off to my bookie. I might just get downright silly and do something dumb to see if I can shake off this curse of the NFL. You know what I'm going to do?
A 16-game parlay.
No, I'm going to do all 16 games.
Yeah.
And I'll bet $10 on every one. Like no money. I'll just bet like $10 on every
String
one.
them all together.
Yeah, just to see.
Because when you win, he'll be like, I can't. That's astronomical, sir. Congratulations.
It would be awesome. And I would love the show that I got to do before I retired on that Monday. If I parlayed $10 on every game and bet whatever, the money line.
Well, that would be a $160 parlay. Would they let you do that? Probably.
If I did it and it paid out $100,000 plus or something like that, that Monday show would be hilarious. Paid for my kids' college this weekend with a little NFL parlay.
Or did I? I doubled down for the 8 o'clock
for the
window.
2 semesters of my kids' college. Yeah. Chiefs minus 5.5 against the Colts, and the 49ers minus 1.5 against the Broncos.
It's a solid slate.
You feel good about them, which makes me nervous.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, Preston, I should call Neuheisel. He came up the other day. I could call Rick.
Actually, we just had a debate that Neuheisel and Childers had about Oklahoma State. Very similar. Our talking points.
What debate?
About the rivalry being dead and who's to blame and what to do.
That's an argument they would have. Yeah, well,
yeah.
I think, though, that's Tom, honestly, I think that's when I read the story, it's an easy takeaway because you can hear the anger in the response from Oklahoma State. So the first thing that stood out to me when I read the story was I was like, well, they're in their feelings. This is
we had a deal. That's the business part of it. Like, we had a deal here,
man. But no deal is sacred in college football these days. That is for sure. And so I just kind of looked at it as, look, now, admittedly, I'm a bit smug when it comes to Oklahoma compared to Oklahoma State in the world of college football. I'm like, Oklahoma State's whatever. And OU is one of the great programs in the history of the game. So I probably came at it almost equally as emotional as, have a good day. We did you a favor for a long time. But when they come back with, well, maybe we just don't want to. I'm like, come, what are you doing? This is money for you. What are you doing?
You know, I felt really old today because apparently the I'm a Man, I'm 40 press conference, 15 years ago.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you if it was 15 years ago.
15 years ago today.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
Did I tell the story on the air about the massage?
Whoa. What?
I'm getting a massage tomorrow.
Robert Kraft?
No, did I tell you this story on the air?
I don't think so.
About the card?
Off-air.
About the card? So this is about time, not a massage.
Yeah.
So I know we can't.
Deshaun
Watson ruined massages for everybody now. You say you
Kraft beforehand.
Well, right. Yeah, rich guys, entitled rich guys, have ruined massages for everybody. So here's the deal: I got a gift from my sister-in-law a while back for a massage, like a card. You know, like, hey, take this into this place.
A reputable business. It's not a punch card.
No, it's not. So I got this. It was like a Christmas gift. You know, like men buy women like spa treatment stuff all the time, right? So that was kind of her thinking, like, oh, I'll get you, you know, for men.
A day for you.
Yeah, a day, right. So I got this card. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I who doesn't like a massage? I'll get a massage, sure. You know, it's like a pedicure. Who doesn't like getting a pedicure? If you get one, it's great. We just never think to do it. Men never think to do it. But if you get one, you're gonna be like, I see why people want to do this. So I had it and I put it in my center console of my car. And when I changed out cars, I moved all the stuff that's in the center console, threw it in a bag. Because I didn't have time to go through all that stuff. There's change. There's like a dated credit card that's no longer, you know how you give stupid stuff in there.
Why do we hold on to credit cards?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But I moved everything into this bag. And then when I bought my new car, it's like, oh, that's right. I got stuff in there. Like there was a gas card that my grandmother gave me one time. She's like, hey, here's $50 in gas. Get gas. Thanks, Grandma. You know, cool things like that. But then you forget you have them. You forget you've got a Subway card. You forget you got a coffee card, you know, from Starbucks. Somebody gets you a coffee, right?
Still got Jared's face on it, right?
So anyhow, Aaron, well done. I carry a lot of stress in my upper thighs. That is funny. All right. So anyhow, Ian, that's also good. So the point would be, I moved all this stuff into my new car. All right. So the other day, I decided I need to clean this out. I need to make sure that this car is tidy. I don't want all this extra stuff in my car if it's not necessary. Back in the day, I used to have a gazillion CDs in my car when we had CDs. It was a mess. But now I keep my stuff tidy. It looks good. So I opened it up. I went, look at that. I still am carrying around this voucher for a massage, right? Yeah. So this car.
This effing thing is what you said.
Yeah. So anyhow, I finally said, all right, I'm going to get the massage. Now, my thought was, all right, I'll go there and see if this card's still good because it's got to be like 3 years old. It's got, you know, I mean, I'm trying to think back on that Christmas. So I go in yesterday in the morning to this place that does the massages. And I'm like, hey, I've had this card for some time now, a few years now. I don't know if it's still good. I don't know. You know, here you go. He goes, let me see it. We'll type it in. He types in. He goes, sir, this was purchased for you in 2012. How ridiculous. I thought it was 3 years old. I've been carrying that thing in my glove compartment for freaking over 10 years.
Over how many vehicles, too?
3.
Yeah.
How ridiculous is it that, the guy was hilarious. He's like, sir, this was given to you.
4. You had the Infinity in 12.
I did have, So I had the original sedan in Infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I switched to
that
what?
you used all the trade for. I'm sorry. That's a side story.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a funny one.
It is.
How pissed was he? Anyhow, so yeah, like $3,000. Oh, so anyhow, that guy though, the look on that guy's face, he goes, "Sir, this was purchased for you in 2012." And you know what I said? Besides,
used how much?
So then I said, "Holy blank!" Right? And the guy started laughing. But this is what I thought of. A, I can't believe how quickly time goes. But B, I was like, you guys have amazing records. Who the hell keeps somebody in their database from 2012 on a purchased massage? This place does. I'm like, well, how far back do you go? What if I got it 97? I mean, would you honor it still? Sir, this is 32 years old, but by all means, get your massage.
So when are you going?
Tomorrow.
All right.
Tomorrow morning.
Let's see how it turns. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Let's see how it turns out. A lot of toxins will be flowing by the time you get to 1 p.m. And that's any massage if you haven't had one in a while.
Yeah, I haven't had one in apparently a real long time. I mean, I haven't had one in forever. So there it is. There you go. Yeah, E.J. Manuel was playing quarterback when I got that lovely Christmas gift that I thought so much of that I threw it in several cars, center consoles, and never used. But it's getting used tomorrow, damn it. Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3, Real Talk Radio and Warchant TV.
Right here in our hometown is a local spot where you can take a break from all your worries. A place where everybody knows his name is Smitty's Tap House and Grill. Smitty's deep appreciation for fine craft beers and tasty bar treats sets the stage as the ideal local neighborhood pub. Want to know more? Just visit Smitty'sTapHouse.com to check out the full menu. Come see us at Smitty's Tap House and Grill on Thomasville Road, just north of Cary Forest Parkway. You'll be glad you came, where everybody knows his name.
Physical stress on our bodies can take its toll as the years go by. Whether you're looking to get back into an old sport or just want to spend more time outdoors to explore all life has to offer in our beautiful city, the dedicated team at TOC is here for you every step of the way. You can trust TOC for all your orthopedic needs. And now, scheduling an appointment has never been easier. Just visit teamtoc.com and click schedule online. That's teamtoc.com.
Over 50 years ago, when Paul Nicholson founded Paul's Termite and Pest Control, he had one goal in mind: provide the best service possible to his neighbors so they felt like family. Your problem was his problem, so today it's our problem. Paul's service area is our home. It's where our kids go to school, where we shop, and where we get involved with community organizations. So if some out-of-town company knocks on your door and begins pressuring you to sign an agreement for termite or pest control, you can bet on a few things. Number one, you'll never see that person again. Number two, your technician is likely to change often. And number three, your money will not stay in North Florida. These companies are sending your money to home offices in Atlanta, Orlando, Salt Lake City, or even Great Britain. Paul's Termite and Pest Control knows local means something to you. The health of your Tallahassee home, family, and pets is our number one priority. For the elimination of termites and pests and a greener lawn too, call your local company with local solutions. Paul's Termite and Pest Control.
Hey, this is Greg Tish. Here's something you might know about me. I don't drink coffee. I have never had a cup of coffee in my life. Well, that is until now. So why change now? Well, it's because my dear friend at Grassroots Coffee reached out to me after hearing me say that and insisted that I give his product a try. I've been making a huge mistake. The world of coffee is fascinating. I always thought coffee is coffee, you know? No, it's not. I have tried their coffee and it is fantastic. Now, I've got a fascination with learning more about the best coffee in our area. Grassroots Coffee is locally roasted, locally owned, and locally loved. You can find whole bean Grassroots Coffee on the local aisle at Publix, also in Whole Foods. But the best way to get this black gold is to order it online. They literally grind the fresh roasted beans to your preferred level, bag it, write the date on it by hand so you know the exact day your coffee was roasted. It doesn't get any more fresh than that. Order yours now. Just go to grassrootscoffee.com and choose the coffee you want and how you want it. And join me. Let's step up our coffee game together and also support a great local business.
Every day, Sellers makes life a little better for homeowners, helping them find the best design ideas for their homes with the best quality tile, carpet, and hardwood flooring. Even mosaics, ceramic, and vinyl solutions are at their fingertips in their remarkable showroom. Maybe it's time for you to get the Sellers Advantage for your home or office. Find them on Capitol Circle Northeast, just north of Mahan Drive, or online at sellerstile.com. For style, quality, and design, get the Sellers Advantage. In Tallahassee, call 656-8453.
We all want more energy, more strength, more results. Well, welcome to Orange Theory Fitness as you take a step towards feeling more alive today. Backed by science, Orange Theory's heart rate monitored workout is scientifically designed to keep heart rates in a target zone, spiking metabolism and increasing energy. Orange Theory Fitness is a one-of-a-kind group personal training workout resulting in more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours. Experience a more vibrant life today with Orange Theory Fitness. To find out more, go to orangetheoryfitness.com.
The Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Orange Theory Fitness. 2 Tallahassee locations, Midtown on Thomasville Road and Northside in the Village Common Shopping Center. Online at orangetheoryfitness.com.
Which is Solving for the Future, and our friends at ISF. Last time I saw my man Jonathan from ISF, we were having a tasty cold beer there at the off of Cary Forest there, the new Ology, buddy.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That setup looks nice.
Yeah, it's huge. It's better than the empty building. So
free advertising stops here.
That's correct. But nonetheless, he had a great idea, Jonathan did, like the fine folks at ISF often do. And I think it works perfect here for Solving for the Future. So, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about ISF in a second towards the end here. But you know how we've been, because they work collaboratively with state government agencies as they upgrade and find more efficient ways to kind of realize whatever vision it is that they're working with. And it's not sort of, we're going to tell you what to do. So ever since we talked about that and he kind of explained how they do their work, I said, well, we should do that on the show, right? We should have people interact on the chat and ask them questions where they can kind of help us solve for the future, answer the question. And I like this. He pointed out that Mike Norvell noted, quote, "I'm excited that we're 3-0 and we haven't even played our best game yet." That was a quote from Mike Norvell, and he's right about that. And it's a great thought just to kick around, right? Like, yeah, we're 3-0 and we haven't even played a perfect game yet, or as well as we're capable of playing. I agree with that. There's always something kind of gone awry. So I want to see us start to play.
What was the closest? The second, third quarters of LSU, right? It's the closest we've looked to.
Yeah.
That good.
Yeah, second, third quarters. You're right. We looked really, really good. So, you know, if you look at, let's say, 3 things that have to be cleaned up, or perhaps you might want to say it as a new wrinkle, something added to what we do already that would help us play our best game. Which one would it be, and what's the outcome if we're at our true peak efficiency? So what does Florida State need to do to play its best game? You can add up to 3 things that you think have to be done for Florida State. You guys can answer this in the chat. What 3 things, maybe it's 1, but up to 3 things does Florida State have to do in order to reach peak efficiency and to play their best brand of football? Now, Aaron's going to say the flea flicker, but it is interesting. I think you and I are going to look on that defensive side of the football more than we are the offensive side of the football. But I'm going to start with the right tackle situation. Has me very, very concerned.
I don't think there's anything you can do about that, short of Robert Scott coming back to full strength and flexing Darius over there. But I don't know that that's a reality just yet. We'll see.
If that is capable of happening, I would like to see it happen, obviously, sooner.
The moment that it can.
The moment that it can. Yeah. We're in for some trouble if we have to start turning time out there the whole season. He's not athletic enough. When you go back and watch those games, you really see he is a guard. That's why they want him to play guard.
Right. It's not that he's not capable of playing offensive line.
Right.
That was the problem we had the previous years where, like, the kids, it wasn't just that they were out of their natural position. It didn't matter what position they played. It wasn't going to work.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, that's there's that. All right, guys, we're starting to light it up in here. I'll read some of these, and I really do appreciate your input because that's what this was meant to be, collaborative. David writes, field goal kicking, run defense, and corner opposite Renardo. Well, he's probably named my 3.
Yeah, those are the 3 most glaring. You could tinker with the order, but field goal kicking is critical right now because you're about to get into a stretch of games where you're going to need details to win. Let's be honest. We haven't been great in the details in our last 2 wins. Fourth quarter in the second win of the season, and then a lot of things weren't cleaned up well this past win. But we still found a way to win. There's not enough margin, I don't think, for Wake, NC State, and Clemson to win outside of those details being sound.
Ryan writes, Winston Wright, healthy offensive line, and getting Fabian back healthy in the middle. It is paramount we get Fabian back in soon. Not this weekend, but I think if you can get him back, certainly by the time you play NC State, you're going to have Fabian back. He is the biggest difference maker on that defensive line. You got to get Verse back.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get Verse back. You're more concerned about pass defense or run defense?
Pass defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say this. Here's the caveat. Our preseason concern about a lack of linebacker depth is starting to bear.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that might be unstoppable scrambling quarterbacks. And you've got to commit a linebacker to play a pseudo role of a spy and then also in man against a running back. That's a really hard ask. For example, one of Malik's early rushing touchdowns, DJ Lundy follows the running back. I don't know if that's the assignment or not. But when you're put in conflict as a linebacker, that's not all world, and Malik Cunningham is across the line of scrimmage, you're going to look foolish. So I'm not completely writing off linebacker depth. All I'm saying is these last 2 weeks it hadn't been great, and I can understand why.
Ian writes, kicker, less soft defense, an old logo. One reminder as it pertains to defense. As Tom just noted, we have faced two of the better scramblers in the country through our first 3 games, okay? One is probably the best scrambler in the country, and the other is not that far behind in terms of just being able to run around and make
quarterback
plays.
scrambling.
Good, quarterback scrambling. So we've survived it and won 2 games against those kinds of players. I have a feeling the defense is average anyhow, but they were made to look bad at times because of that element that you won't see every week, okay? You're not going to see that every week.
And yet, in the first quarter, it's actually not as bad as you think. Even though there's 14 points on the board, Malik goes crazy. And that's the highlight film that they're going to show when he gets drafted in the late rounds. Is they're going to say, look at what he can do. Back shoulder fades, coming off the platform and turning a negative play into a gain of 7. And you weren't out of position. He's just better. So it's tough. But still, there's a lot to be desired. That fourth quarter at LSU still has me worried about what we look like against up-tempo offenses.
Yeah, okay, there you got to my point. I'm worried about anybody that wants to run tempo. I don't know that I could have, listen, I get things wrong all the time too, but I don't know that I could have guessed more right than what I guessed about the Louisville game in terms of how I thought they'd play. I thought they'd incorporate tempo to see if it worked. I thought they would just put the entire game on Malik Cunningham, and they did both those things.
The one thing that they did that surprised was they ran straight ahead. And that's the question. Is it the fear of Malik Cunningham
that really bothered me,
that impacted what's going on there? And Evans wasn't available for the game, so it was a different running back who was much faster. So did they think that they had more time? Was that the scheme? Mike Norvell and Adam Fuller said, well, it was mostly Fuller, and then Mike confirmed it, said that we were misaligned. And I think not having Tatum Bethune on the field is, for big swaths of the game, has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is right in the chat to point out the field goal kicking. That is straightforward. I don't know what we can. He's got to find his confidence. There's not a lot you can do. You could play the other kid and see if he can handle it. He's a walk-on, but we've seen him make plenty of kicks in practice. That's your only other option right now is to just turn to him and say, go make some kicks.
And then at that point, I think the math is, if it's longer than a 38 or 40-yarder, you're just going to go for it, which you might want to do right now anyway with the stronger-legged Fitzgerald, but yeah.
Our friends at ISF helping solve for the future when you're facing a challenge, trying to figure out how to move forward in your agency or organization, thinking state government, that kind of stuff, thinking about all the things that need to be addressed. It could be overly complicated process based on old rules, no clear direction, what you're trying to do, the big picture, all that stuff. Some of the technology you have is outdated, hard to support technologies. ISF works collaboratively, just like we just did this here together, with you to find the solutions that best fit your needs. They know you know what you're doing. They know you have a vision. They're not going to tell you what to do. They're going to help you figure it out. You're going to come together, and their support will help modernize your efforts and streamline your efforts and the technologies and all those processes. So ISF, go check them out, isf.com, learn more about what they do. But they're here on the Jeff Cameron Show. It's a great partner. We appreciate them. Speaking of which, 93.3 Real Talk Radio and Warchant TV.
Your local news now.
Leon County Sheriff's Office announced Wednesday that it is investigating a video that is circulating among local middle school students on social media. The Sheriff's Office determined the incident did not occur on school grounds. The investigation into the incident is ongoing. The Sheriff's Office added that if anyone receives any image or video that may depict sexual imagery of a minor, to not share the content, even if you think you're helping to get the word out to catch an accused suspect. The content should be reported on the respective social media platform to a school administrator or to a law enforcement official immediately. The Tallahassee Police Department announced Wednesday that it made an arrest in an alleged homicide incident that occurred in 2020. 60-year-old Ricky Brown was arrested on October 26, 2020. Police conducted a welfare check and found a deceased individual. Based on evidence in an autopsy, it was determined the death was a homicide. Officials were able to connect DNA collected at scene to Brown, and he was arrested. This is Rachel and with your Real Talk 93.3 local news update, brought to you by Macklemore Systems, Tallahassee's go-to Mac store. Check them out online at macklemoresystems.com.
This is meteorologist Paul Trombley with your Real Talk 93.3 weather update. Sunny skies and calm this afternoon with a high of 96. Northerly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows level off around 73 tonight. Mainly clear skies. Daytime highs approaching 88 tomorrow. Bright sunshine expected. Highs level off around 87 Saturday under sunny skies. 91 Sunday. This report is brought to you by the Lawn Johns. For all your landscaping and lawn care needs, visit thelawnjohns.com. Right now, 92.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is coming up at 3 p.m. Don't miss your chance to shake the 93.3 money tree and see what falls out. Planted by the law offices of Basic Brooks. Come back stronger with Basic Brooks.
Hi, this is Justin Colvin, founder of the Medicare Help Desk. I routinely speak to seniors who are overwhelmed by the multitude of coverage options available to them. That's why I created the Medicare Help Desk radio show. Tune in every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. where I provide clear answers to all your questions about Medicare.
Well. Hey, Jeff, look at this place.
Yeah. Well, doing well. It's been a while since I've seen you, brother, but, it hasn't been a while since I've been over to Gordo's. I go there on the regular because of you, Eddie.
Well, we keep you regular.
Well, that's true. But I think of Gordo's as a place to sit down, have a cold beer, talk to your friends, enjoy the sports, eat the delicious food. But I think of you as Uncle Eddie, a man who takes care of his people and takes care of the town.
I appreciate that, Jeff. Hey, and we'll keep you regular.
Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
Here's what you missed on the Greg Tish Show.
We need to have history. We need to have literature. It deserves an explanation. We don't need to be promoting lifestyles that come into play for your average elementary school.
Well, I had an experience with this. When my daughter was in school, her teacher gave her a book to read, but then she asked me what the C word is.
That was in the book.
That was in the book.
Okay, so about the C word. So you're talking about conservatives, right?
The Greg Tish Show, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m., only on Real Talk 93.3. The Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Orange Theory Fitness. 2 Tallahassee locations, Midtown on Thomasville Road and Northside in the Village Common Shopping Center. Online at orangetheoryfitness.com.
Does really good at his job, by the way, Bill Connolly, has Florida State of the undefeated teams in college football at 19th. 19th is where Bill Connolly has them, if you were wondering. He's ranking all 33 of the unbeaten teams in college football currently, and he has us at 19th, ahead of North Carolina, ahead of Syracuse, if you're wondering about the ACC. He's got us ahead of Wake Forest as well. Yeah, he does. Ahead of Wake Forest as well. So I agree with that. I think we'll be moving ahead of several of these teams momentarily. For example, Maryland's going to get stomped this weekend. They're undefeated currently. So that won't be the undefeateds anymore. But if you're just going to talk about what changes this weekend, well, I mean, Arkansas is undefeated currently. They could lose. I'd like them to win. Washington is undefeated. He's got us behind them. He's got us behind NC State. He's got us behind Minnesota.
There you go. You actually half said it on the fly.
He's got us behind Southern Cal and Kentucky. He's got us behind the Crybabies at Oklahoma State. He's got us behind Tennessee, Penn State, Ole Miss, Clemson, OU, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia. I think we're fine with most of the latter there.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is there a group in front that I didn't name that you go, wait a minute? Because there is for me. I mean, I think Florida State would have a very good chance to beat Minnesota. Probably 50-50 game.
Yeah, they can run the ball, though. That would be interesting.
I like us straight up to beat Iowa State. I think we'd beat Iowa State.
Yeah.
I think we would absolutely bury Maryland.
Not many of these teams that you're mentioning, Maryland probably still with our roster for this weekend or maybe next weekend. Yeah, that's the hard part here is
correct.
We're still 16.5, 17-point favorites over BC with all these guys that are missing, and Vegas knows that. They're not going to set a line without knowing it. But Wake, you kind of need more than a few of them back. I mean, if we're down, let's just say we're down 6 guys. I might be wrong by 1 or 2. You got to have at least 3 of them back for next week.
Well, you bring up Wake Forest in that game against Clemson yesterday. You thought it might be a sneaky upset pick, and I'm just quoting you from that because
it's a sleepy nooner.
I know. I don't think they can block Clemson. I'm never going to pick somebody if they cannot block the other team, and they cannot block Clemson. Last year, when they gave up 48 points to Clemson and got run off the field, they gave up 4 sacks in the first quarter. Sam Hartman, according to Bill Connolly, averaged 0.5 yards per drop back in the first quarter because they hit him so frequently. So I don't think anything's changed. If anything, I think their offensive line has gotten worse and their defense stinks.
That's fair. That's why it's an upset, because weird things happen in Clemson if they're not going to move the football, even if Wake's defense stinks. I mean, they dropped 7 points in the second half on Furman. So maybe, just maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, they looked bad against Georgia Tech for a quarter and a half. It wasn't until they got into that final 5 minutes of the first half where they started to click. And he said, oh, you remembered you have Will Shipley. Good for you guys that you remember to bring him off the side.
Well, they'll remember Will Shipley this weekend because I think he's going to carry it 20 times or more, and I think he's going to plow past the 77 yards and prize picks, everybody. Just saying.
All right, fair enough. That's the one thing about this game, because I've read the article this week, 3 paragraphs, and I had to do something else, but about how Wake has put this Clemson game on a pedestal for a long time. This is their moment. That's what they believe. That's what the coaching staff is telling
I want them
them.
to be sky high and lose in heartbreaking fashion, come in here and get stomped.
Right, because of the physicality of that game and the emotional letdown of losing it. And then you have to get on a plane and come down to Tallahassee with a rabid fan base of a 4-0 football team if we take care of business on Saturday. Absolutely.
Murphy, Henry, Breesy, right? Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
Davis.
That's a sad story, too. He just lost his sister.
It's awful.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's awful.
Really bad. Terrible.
Did you see the thing before the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
that's why. I mean, that's
you can't even. Yeah.
He walked around the field. I mean,
oh, buddy. Nope.
It's just the worst.
Moving on. But that group is unreal. They really are. I'm so tired of Clemson having so many dudes. I'm like, God, would you just go away? You didn't matter for like 100 years, say for 2 seasons, and now you never go away.
We had a lot of dudes in 2016, and we still look like clowns on multiple occasions.
I think the 2 fingers to my eyes, 2 fingers back to you, Jimbo moment is occurring this weekend. If they fool around and get housed by Arkansas,
they should win that game handily. They should, with the talent that they have.
But they won't. They won't.
I know. That's why there's fuel for this fire.
There's blood in the water, baby, because
fuel in the fire and blood in the water?
Both. Oh, what a terrible set of circumstances they got going on there.
It's all on the line.
But no, think about it. If they get beaten this game in Jerry's World by Arkansas, and their offense continues to look like he's an offensive coach. That's what he is. He's a guru.
They're going to be calling for Pittman to be the next head coach. The A&M boards. Why don't we just hire him?
Yeah. He's been there for like an hour, kicking our ass.
Plus, I like the way he coaches the line. It's a strength to that team.
He seems like a guy that should be the head coach of Texas A&M, right? You're going to be like, oh, yes.
That feels like a natural progression.
I'm telling you, I want to sit down, eat a big meal with that guy, and talk about life. I mean, it would be, that'd be a fun conversation.
Oh, easily.
He strikes me as just a fun guy.
If you're at a wedding reception and you're at Sam Pittman's table, you're like, oh, I'm taken care of. I'm good.
This is good. I got Pittman. We're telling stories. We got this guy will be great for days. He's eating a giant steak.
Right.
He's seeing if you want if you want to eat yours.
He's calling on nieces and nephews that aren't his and saying, hey, go get me a refill, will you? Here's a $5. Go get yourself a soda.
My question for you about Pittman, is he drinking full-bodied Budweisers, just like Budweiser cans?
Mm-hmm.
Or is he some sort of liquor on the rocks guy?
He's both. At the cocktail hour, he's starting with a Budweiser.
I like that you answered correctly, sir.
Yes. At the cocktail hour, he's like, well, I got to start slow. Got to start slow. Even though he pounds 6 of them in an hour, and you're like, oh, he's signaling. He's signaling the help.
Yeah.
Come on.
We need another one here. This has been empty for a few minutes.
Then all you hear is the jingling of the ice cubes
in the glass
for the rest of the night. I'll tell you. Hang on.
Agreed.
Man, these shirts are just so tight.
Yeah. He's eating 2 huge ribeyes.
Yep.
He's jingling. He's beet red.
They got more rolls.
Oh my goodness. That is so good. I like it. If you're thinking about solar panels, don't forget to think about the condition of your roof before you sign a solar panel contract. Call T-Spark Enterprises. Come out and inspect your roof. The last thing you want to do is, you pay like $10,000, have all that stuff removed. They put new panels in there. You find out your roof's not sturdy enough for it. Don't do that. He's certified. He'll let you know. Plus, there are commercial roofing tax benefits if you're a business and you're thinking about doing it as well. T-Spark is a drug-free work environment, drug-free and criminal background check policy for all of his employees, commercial tenant build-outs, all the stuff that you want to get done, they can do. T-Spark. Yeah, 5-star Google rating, buddy, right there with the T-Spark. TSparkConstruction.com. Jeff Cameron will come back and wrap it up. Do some probables in a moment.
There's fun to be had every night at the Corner Pocket. Take home prizes on Trivia Tuesdays and Beer Bingo Thursdays. And kickstart your weekend with Martini Fridays. Plus, happy hour runs every weekday and game day specials every time the Noles take the field. Watch all the best games at the Corner Pocket's Vegas wall, featuring 560 inches of flat screen TV heaven.
Oh, really?
The best food, the best drinks, and the best place to watch all the games. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
This is Kyle, Service Manager from Barano Heating and Air. Schedule an appointment from your mobile device to learn about our Total Comfort Service Program. With guaranteed same-day service, 15% off necessary repairs, and $25 berry bucks to use towards air filters and other products. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Barano Heating and Air. Any day, anytime, anywhere. Online at baranoac.com.
Florida license CAC 1816-186.
So let's say you're considering buying a new home in the current climate. All heard that demand is high, inventory is low. So how do you get a leg up on the rest of the buyers all making offers on the same house as you? Oh, that's a toughie. But the first place I'd suggest you start is with a call to my friend Shannon at Legendary Home Loans. Shannon will set you up with a complete pre-approval underwriting. This used to be an upgrade, but nowadays it's got to be standard. You want to get your offer on a new home pushed to the front of the line, you need a TBD full underwriting approval from Legendary Home Loans. You'll shorten or even remove your financing contingency, and the sellers will know that your offer is real and ready to go. It's tough out there these days, folks, so why not have the advantage of a proven winning team in your huddle? Get pre-approval underwriting from my friend Shannon with the one and only Legendary Home Loans. Call now, 844-FSU-LOAN, 844-FSU-LOAN, or just visit FSUHomeLoans.com. FSUHomeLoans.com.
Equal housing lender. NMLS number 2270146.
Football at El Jalisco, football at El Jalisco, what a combination. It's a great big celebration. It's football at El Jalisco. They can dig it. Who's playing? Oh, man, everybody. The ACC, the SEC, all the C's, and even the pros. The Bucks, the Steelers, the Giants, the Cowboys. Wow, far out. You bet, man. When the game is on, it's on at El Jalisco with incredible specials on everything from frosty cervezas to salty margaritas.
Does Margarita know?
Dios mío, not again. The best place to watch the game is El Jalisco. College, pros, Monday night, Thursday night, you name it, El Jalisco is football headquarters. And with 5 Tallahassee area locations, there's probably an El Jalisco right around the corner right now.
Cameron Show is a production of the Warchant.com Multimedia Network. Check out warchant.com today for the latest news inside Florida State athletics. That's warchant.com. Now, back to Jeff on Real Talk 93.3.
The other day, I went and bought some banquet beer.
I appreciate that about you. It's near and dear to my heart as well.
I did. I went on a little banquet beer the other day. Got a 6-pack in the cans.
It's got to be.
Got to be in the cans.
Yeah.
Got to be in the cans.
Banquet beer.
I was like, I was walking by, it caught my eye. It's a good can too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want anything heavy. I want to go light, just have a couple.
That
watch
is a
baseball
little heavier.
game.
It's a little heavier.
Yeah,
though.
but not compared to the IPAs I often drink.
That's
so
correct.
it feels real light compared to them. So I looked over at them. I was like, you know what, banquet beer? You're right. I'm gonna get you.
And you couldn't get that around these parts for a long, long time.
You can now though. That's good beer. Cue it up. Let's do this thing.
It's time for, how you say, with the pitching probables?
The Angels, who miss the playoffs every year despite having two of the best players in baseball history, are up 3-0 against the Texas Rangers. I mean, quite literally, they have two of the greatest players to ever play the game of baseball, and they can never make the playoffs.
At least Artie Moreno's going to jettison the team. Good.
I'd be weeping every day. You mean to tell me I've got Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout, and I can't win games? What are we doing?
The new owner has to change the team name to the Rally Monkeys. Come on.
That was funny back in the day.
20 years ago now.
That was a steroid-ridden World Series right there.
Troy Glaus,
baby. Everybody was feeling it. Michael Lorenzen, Martin Perez. Twins, Royals, Josh Winder, and Jonathan Heasley, as he's known by his parents. Giants, Rockies, that would be John Brabia and Jose Urena. Mariners, A's, George Kirby, Adrian Martinez. Cardinals, Padres.
What? Adrian Martinez?
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's 4-5 with a 5.77. Cardinals, Padres, Jack Flaherty. Only Flaherty. Joe Musgrove. Cubs, Buccos. Oh. Got out of the Bronx with just a whole lot of pasting. Goodness gracious. Hayden Wisniewski's going to start for the Cubs. Mitch Keller is going to start for the Pirates.
Not just screwing Mitch Keller.
That's correct. I almost said right and correct at the same time. Came out as correct.
Crikey.
Blue Jays, Rays, Jose Barrios, JT Chargois.
Chargois?
Probably. Brewers, Reds, Brandon Woodruff, Hunter Green, Astros, Orioles, Justin Verlander, Kyle Bradish. Braves, Phillies. Oh, you've never been a bigger fan of the Phillies.
Fighting Phils. Ring the bell.
Max Fried, Rangers, Suarez. Red Sox, Yankees, Michael Wacha. Jameson Taillon. He's a former Pirate. Who isn't? Guardians, White Sox, Shane Bieber, Johnny Cueto, and finally, D-backs, Dodgers, Zach Gallen. Zach Gallen out here 12-3 with a 2.52. Julio Urias, also really good, 17-7 with a 2.27. And that's a look at those that shall reside on them up.
There's the floating hedgehog.
Oh,
if you're a D-backs fan, you're going to need the float away and the Delta 8. Maybe Delta 9, too. They can swing it.
Thanks to our friends at Tallulah there, buddy. You know, I'm going to go by there tomorrow after my massage.
You're going to go float after your massage? You'll never make the show.
I'll be in heaven.
Where's Jeff? And it's a cut screen and you hear in darkness.
Staring off into, I'm Sid Barrett. Good work out of you. Good work, Director Matthew. Be well, everybody. Appreciate you guys listening and watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow on a Libations Friday. Hell yes.